crypto. We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. My name is Deezy, and I'm here with Nick Demondi, with BJ lurking in the background with his hands on his hips saying, you better not make me remap everything on my coding. But yeah, Ben will be back Monday for sure. Can we say what they're doing yet? Is that still hidden?
They're meeting with high-level officials.
Meeting with high-level officials. Can we say which coast? All right, I've said too much. maybe it was the Central Coast. Maybe it's the Gulf Coast. Maybe it's that upper coast. Maybe they're at the top of Montana talking to Canadians, jumping the fence, coming
the
over
Sword
here.
Coast.
I think we got a fence up there, right? All right, yeah. We'll be, no wonder, Deezy's more punctual. All right, we were on time yesterday, but we just didn't hit the button. And but let's get right into it. We're gonna, let's stay punctual. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. 1.45 million subscribers. I do want to give a shout out to Meta Money. They just hit 50K. So where are they at right here? 50K on Meta Money. Big milestone for Meta Money. Good to see. Hit Network 113. BitBoy Bits at 4. Frankie Candles 11.6. NFT Alpha. Let's try to get that to 18,000. I think if we just get a fraction of you guys to go sub to NFT Alpha, you go on channels, you'll see it on there. Get us above 18. We're on the way. We're knocking on that door for 20, just like it's 2017 and it's Bitcoin. Let's move on to the Twitter, 31.2. And you know what? I kind of, I'm not signed in, so I can't do it. But I'm going to give out a step-in code in 15 minutes. So I might send it to Nick and put out a little tweet. So I want to give people, somewhat of an opportunity. Look at this tweet. We all joked about the Bored Ape Yacht Club merch being Bitcoin pizza, and it's getting less and less funny by the minute. Yes, I bought my ape merch. We did get Nick above 900, 922. Good to see it.
Amazing.
Win 1,000, Nick.
Probably by the end of this weekend.
You know what? Let's get 3 of you guys. Let's go 925, and then he's moving on up. And DZ_BTC, and I can't stress enough how bad the scammers are. Scammer. The search function ran out of spaces, so wow. I am DZ_BTC. Check the spelling. There's no punctuation issues, anything like that. And what's yours, Nick? Let's get some people on there.
Convenient Truth.
736. Let's get them up to 750. Do we follow? Yeah, we follow. All right, I'll make sure I have to follow you on my personal. You can also always go to Hit Merch. Who is it? I think Tom Crown just posted that he was wearing this thing, so appreciate it, Tom Crown. Shout out to Tom. Here's a little Justin Williams. Here, got a little J Chains action. Whose thigh is that? Zoom in. I want to see the bulging pocket here. The bulging looks like someone's in that pocket.
Is that a ledger in your pocket?
Is that a ledger in your pocket, or is that your seed? Okay.
Hey.
Phrase. Seed. Phrase. Win checkmark DZ. Elon, hook me up, Elon. I've always been a slight defender of Elon. There's some mixed feelings for him. I feel like some people in the office are still upset at him for the Tesla tweet saying we're no longer accepting, Bitcoin, which, culminated around the May crash. Some would say he even sparked it or ignited it. I don't really go that far. I think it's just one of those things. It was the wrong place, wrong time. So, hey, my next car, after I get a beater truck, I got to buy a beater truck, just some crappy. Hey, if you're in Atlanta and you got a crappy truck you want to sell me, send me a message. But my next real car, I will get a Tesla. I think I want to get the 4-door S. Have you thought about getting a Tesla?
No, I can't do electric.
Can't do electric. Hey, he drives around in a big old O.J. Simpson Bronco, but the new one. Yeah, he has a white Bronco. And what's up with that one leather glove in your passenger seat?
It doesn't fit.
Okay, it doesn't fit. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. I saw those Manolo Blahniks in the back too, man. You got some style.
Take it easy.
You got some style. Yeah, we shouldn't joke about that. He did try to chop the head off after all. Okay, moving on here. Let's get into the charts. once again, trending. We have STEPN trending. Look at that. Again, I'm going to give out a STEPN code in about 10 minutes. Let me tweet this out. What are your thoughts on STEPN? Real Ponzi? Is this, can this last long? What's your thoughts here?
I think, I don't know enough about STEPN to have an opinion, to be perfectly honest. So I'm going to say that. But look, if it's going to get someone money, I don't think it's a pump and dump. I'll say that. Yeah, I think it has enough backing behind it. It's legit. Will it be legit 5 years from now? Probably not.
Okay.
But
Okay. I'm gonna link
short-term,
the YouTube so the people jumping in, they'll have an ability to get it as well. I want to leave the link. So
Deezy,
all right, let's
Deezy, can you move the screen ever so slightly to the right so I can get it centered better?
Okay, let me go to one of these. Oh, the whole
Yeah. There we go. Now we're centered.
Okay.
Right. That was for TJ.
Oh, that's for okay. It is a centimeter off. All right, let's look at the Bitcoin charts. And good job, Brady Derrick. Crypto Talker, I thought you did a real good job. I felt like he went off, script a little bit, and I liked what he said. Hey, check out that ape coin on Saturday, and I would agree. Check out that ape coin on Saturday. I think that thing's going to go nuts in one direction, probably down. I don't know. Who knows, man? That thing. Okay, that was good. That was good. All right. Yeah. Making. All right. Are we the new Benifer? Are they gonna have like cute names for Nick and Nick? Yeah. I thought Nick Squared.
Nick Squared is good.
I like Nick Squared.
Yep.
But this is basement chat and YouTube chat. So who knows where they're gonna go with that? All right. Back to the Bitcoin charts. You can see we have some strong support. We're breaking through with these wicks, but the candles are holding strong. And then we break below right here. Let's see. I kind of want to. Let's make it look more drastic and scary. There we go. There we go. Yeah, now we're starting to feel the fear, baby. Looks like we're dipping down, finding support at this golden pocket, moving on up. What are we looking at? We're looking at the daily chart. I like the 2-day. The 2-day has been looking a little bit more bullish for me. Man, we did look like this money flow was going to move into the green. What was that on the 5th? So we're looking at, a few weeks ago, but then the money flow started to head back down. But it looks like maybe that money flow is maybe finding another bottom there. I mean, it could go lower if we move in here. So on the 2-day, you can see the money flow go somewhat low. You see it go all the way down to here, hit about the same over here. We haven't hit this lower level on the money flow yet. We did get close, though. We got close over here. So is it going to be another downward price action on this money flow? Perhaps. But I think we're slowly approaching oversold territory. Let's move to the 4-hour chart. And again, that golden pocket looking like a little bit of support. And, CryptoFace does this. Where's my little drawing thing? Okay, here we go. So one thing I see him do, and so this is specifically for market cipher B on the bottom. You can kind of see it kind of moves in waves. So back up, back down. And Nick, does this look like maybe it kind of wants to go back up? I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. Now, I'm a permabull, though.
You are.
Okay. All right, let me share this link for YouTube. What are your thoughts on the crypto markets at the moment?
I mean, there's so much fear. The stock market right now is absolutely taking a huge hit in a huge way.
Do you think that volatility do you think we'll have a decoupling of the markets?
Not in this cycle. No.
All right.
No.
I tweeted it out just now. I'm going to pull up my STEPN so you can see that this isn't a claimed code. I don't, we don't have to zoom in too much or anything here I believe for you to be able to see it here. Click on it. Activation code 1 out of 3. I don't know if we could change cameras here, but I have an activation code. Has not been claimed. Maybe we actually shouldn't do it because you might be able to see it if you got a 4K or something. Giving away a code in 9 minutes. This is for STEPN. Hey, I'm making that money. I'm making my sandwiches. You walk around, you earn GST. This isn't sponsored or anything. It's just the people have been going insane in my DMs about, I want a STEPN code. I want a STEPN code. And trust me, I wish I could give everyone that wanted a code. But when 40 people ask, I just kind of have to make it fair. One guy, I almost capitulated. He said, I just wanted to show my wife that NFTs are cool and you can make money with them. I'm like, you're hitting me in my feels. I want to. But all right, look at this GST. You earn GST token. They're putting in some deflationary, basically they're trying to correct the price to make it cheaper for people to get in. Man, I tried to sell that last night, but I was just a little too late. One last thing with the charts. I want to look at Ethereum. How's that ETH looking? That old ETH tether outlook here. Kind of looking the same. We got similar situation going on here. Also with the money flow, you know, looks like maybe this market cipher B looking like we're ready for some trigger waves. But again, this is all speculation. I'm not Frankie Candles. Okay. Happy birthday, Frankie. I think he turned, well, he's in crypto, so he's turning like 47.
Yeah.
Right? Stress wise. All right. Let's get into the stories here. Bitcoin price slow to react as US dollar rally stops at 20-year highs. Woo, 22. What was that? 2002. Okay, so that was the bounce back from the 9/11 crash, correct? If we're looking at this time of year, that was about 6 months after that. Yeah, that was the economy is already headed towards a downturn. The fall of 01, and then when that had, it was a huge correction. So I'm assuming this is like the 6 month later bounce back, but. Bitcoin stayed range-bound on the 29th as welcome retracement saw the U.S. dollar come down from 20-year highs. The traders are eyeing a 40,600 as a crucial breaker. Well, pop quiz, hot shot. We are below that. The pair managed some modest upside despite a parabolic rally in U.S. dollar strength throughout the week. The DXY finally began cooling on the 2nd after reaching its highest levels since 2002. Despite its inverse correlation, BTC USD has yet to show any signs of the direct benefit from changing mood at the time of writing. The Coin Telegraph writer was nonetheless confident that the bullish momentum would return to Bitcoin in the short term. Bitcoin is getting into a narrow playing field and is ready for a big impulse move, he told Twitter followers on the same day. The bears would say, you're right, it is ready for a big impulse move, just the wrong direction is, from where you're thinking. Here's a shot. Here's a showing the DXY here, the 1 day candle chart. So, yeah, looks like maybe getting a little bit of a rejection. So, when this goes down, Bitcoin goes up. When this goes up, Bitcoin goes down. It's been pretty accurate for, I think, since the 14 charts. I mean, I think they go back to the 14 charts, and it's like 2014, 2013, 2014, and it's been a pretty accurate bellwether for the direction of Bitcoin. Will it continue? I'm leaning towards yes. Where are you leaning?
The dollar will probably continue to strengthen as long as they keep bumping up the interest rates.
I heard a good theory, and I wouldn't be surprised if I see All In or hear All In podcast maybe echo these sentiments. They can only fake prop the stock market for X amount of time, a finite amount of time. They can't do it for 3 years, 10 years, but they can do it for months. And so the plan would be to run it up in the months leading to the midterms. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, they are going to try and salvage the midterms. I mean, we could talk about politics for a while, but yeah, they had a chance to go for a soft landing. Like, you're either going to land in the cornfield and it was going to be a bumpy ride, but we could land. Yeah. But right now they're overshooting the cornfield and we're going to land in the lake. Like, that's where we're heading right now.
Yeah, but do we have the little water skimmers on the bottom of the plane?
No, definitely not.
Oh, we don't?
No.
Oh, man.
No, this is like a Airbus.
But how about this? The plane's crashing, and then when we're like 5 feet from the ground, I jump out of the plane. That works, right?
Yeah.
You remember being a kid and thinking that? Yeah. Like, why don't people in plane crashes just jump out at the last second?
Yeah,
like, because you don't know inertia, momentum, and you're like, I don't know, makes sense to me. Yeah. I guess, yeah, if you had the jumping power of a flea, you could probably do it then, but I don't know. Anyways, moving on. I digress. Let's talk a little ApeCoin. Other side auction canceled by the Yuga Lab. So it was going to be a Dutch auction. If you don't know what a Dutch auction is, starts high, slowly lowers. They wanted to make it just one price for everybody, and each NFT is going to be minted for a fee of 305 ApeCoins. Again, giving out that step-in code about 4 minutes from now. So if you're watching, you're waiting for that step-in code, I'm going to give it out soon. Don't you worry. And me and Alex, we out here making these sandwiches. So I know I talked to her. She was walking around middle of the night, people looking at her jealous, looking through the blinds. I wish I made sandwiches just by walking around. Yuga Labs, the company that owns CryptoPunks Bored Ape Yacht Club, also owns the MeBits, will not use the Dutch auctions for its upcoming sale of land deeds for the Other Side Metaverse project. The company's project published a blog post just yesterday saying Dutch auctions are actually bull pucky. They do not successfully mediate demand, nor do they really negate the gas wars in a highly anticipated mint. We see that with the Gary V sports drop that they did about a month ago. Dutch auctions could be particularly problematic given that the minting of Otherdeed could be one of the largest scale high demand NFT mints ever, the post said. Instead, the cost to mint an Otherdeed will incur a flat fee of 305 ApeCoin. Let's look at Ape at the moment. I think they're going to be hovering around low 20s. Let's see, ApeCoin. Yep, 23. So 300 times $22. You're looking at slightly over $6,000. So 6,000 to mint here. One wallet will only be able to hold a maximum of 2 NFTs, but this is limited to wallets, not transactions. I believe transactions are going to be limited to 1. Other side will increase this limit as the mint continues. If all 55,000 NFTs are sold, it could result in under 400 million generated at current prices. What do you think of this project earning $400 million?
It's set the level for what NFT projects how they should perform.
Yeah, and this is such people aren't understanding the scope of with Web3 and NFTs in particular. So when a Call of Duty was hot, 5-10 years ago, a Call of Duty releases and they would have $700 million in sales in 24 hours. Activision didn't pull in 700 million. GameStop and and assorted retailers, they had a combined 700 million in sales. They get their cut, it trickles down to Activision after their shipping, after their packaging, after their advertising. And then, what are they walking away with? A fraction of that 700 million. They're pulling in all 400 million. As far as I know, they don't really have to pay for any advertising. Maybe they're doing some things on some sites I'm not even aware of if they are. But 400 million, it's like 400 million just going straight into the smart contract. So, or in the wallet that holds all those proceeds. So good job. That's a lot of money. That I'm interested to see what they're going to do with those funds. And I'm sure it's going to be something spectacular. The comment section of the YouTube for their trailer is just absolutely disheartening, discouraging, disgusting even. People are saying, oh, this is such good production value. Too bad it's an NFT. Oh, I love that this looks so awesome. Why is it promoting a scam? Too bad it's an NFT that doesn't do anything. This could have been cool. How about you own something? DreamWorks movie, yeah, you pay money to go see it. Maybe you buy an Incredibles plush doll or something, but you don't get anything out of that. You own a part of this if you were in the ecosystem. So to just decree it or just decry like how bad it is, it's trash. It's a trash take, and it's unfortunate to see the gaming community go that direction. But I think it's step-in code time. You ready?
Let's do it.
For the step-in people, all right, get those apps ready. I've warned a couple of the people. I'm giving it out right now. Yeah, don't show. Shush. 161374414. I'll say it one more time. 16 13 74 14. Congrats to whoever got that code. So I just gave out an activation code. So there. I had to make it fair. Too many of y'all in the DM saying, I want it. So congrats. And I think maybe Basement Chat has like that half-second head start too. So if you're watching on Twitch, I think you get to see it like a second or two beforehand. So
that's true.
Someone Nasty and 8tep said they got it. So Nasty, congrats. Let's all give it up for Nasty. Let's all give it up for Nasty. So someone had to win it though. Cool. All right. Let's talk a little more ApeCoin. The ApeCoin's so hot that they had to pause the lending. Binance suspends Ape lending function due to excessive demand. ApeCoin daily trade volume now ranked 4th. I say this is the power of low liquidity on a market. There's a reason we say pull your Bitcoin off exchanges.
Yep.
When you have Bitcoin on exchanges and then they got to do a big sell, they're selling your Bitcoin. They don't have all the Bitcoin, if everyone were to withdraw at once. Could they get it? Yeah, they would, and they'd have to. I'm sure some would be delayed. I'm not going to name exchanges. You get it like a month later, a day later, 12 hours later, or whatever. But if everybody just pulled their Bitcoin off of Coinbase, off whatever, cash out on Robinhood and buy your own Bitcoin, have self-custody, you're winning. Brian Emery, come up here real quick. Meta Money, congrats on the 50K. And it's because of this guy, I'm making, $60 to walk around for 10 minutes. So thank you very much, Brian.
Yeah, no worries, man.
This man's, he's knee deep in shoes.
It just dropped today, too. So
Slide in his DMs for a code. No more. Don't get into mine. All right. I'm out. I ain't got no more codes. We're out. All right. So they suspended the ape lending, the lending function due to the excessive demand. It's the token at the core of the other side metaverse of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT project. Of course, you have to use the coin to buy the NFT that they're launching tomorrow. According to the team at Woo, not Clan, Woo Blockchain, the popular crypto exchange of Binance has suspended the lending function of ApeCoin due to the excessive demand. The amount left on Binance is currently insufficient to satisfy the need for ApeCoin by its users. Additionally, some traders have observed that the withdrawals of ApeCoin are currently not available on Binance, as seen in the following screenshot. Can't withdraw now. Again, this is why we say pull your Bitcoin off the exchanges. Furthermore, according to CoinGlass.com, Ape is the third highest liquidated digital asset in the last 24 hours after ETH and Bitcoin. At the time of writing, a total of almost 2 million Ape has been liquidated in the last day, worth roughly 42 million. Bitcoin, worth 78 million, and Ethereum, worth 52 million, have also been liquidated in the same period. Yeah, I know a lot of people try to do a short on Ape at like 19 bucks. Yeah, it's getting rejected off 20, baby. They got wrecked, so that's what you get. At the same time, according to CoinMarketCap, ApeCoin's 24-hour trade volume now ranks fourth after Tether, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And I don't want people to get liquidated. Just don't bet against Yuga Labs. That's all I'm saying. Roughly, you know what? I hate shorters. Sorry, I know, Frankie Candles. We're making money going down. We're making money going up. No, don't short. Don't short my bags. Roughly $7.5 billion worth of ApeCoin has been traded in the last day compared to Tether's $75 billion. So even reaching 10% of Tether is pretty nuts. Bitcoin's 35 million, so reaching 1/5 of Bitcoin's trading, and Ethereum 20 billion, so about a third of Ethereum's trading volume. So ApeCoin way up there with the big timers. Could soon eclipse its all-time high of 39.40 set on March 17th. Of course, that 39.40 wasn't a real price. It started at 40, plummeted all the way down to $6. So we're not going to really say 39 is the all-time high. We're in price discovery mode. Of course, you know, if you ask me, at the time of writing, trading at 22.23. It is actually 22. Looks like it's pushing up towards that $23 level. Yeah, look at that nice little parabolic run up last night. So congrats anybody who sold the top. Let's see. This is their tweet. It's actually bull crap. Other deeds will be sold flat price. Also, we heard that the community that we should allot more time for users to set pre-approval for ApeCoin. So this starting at 9 a.m. You have a 12-hour window. So 9 p.m. Ooh, it's going to be a busy Saturday night. I have a mutant, so I have, I think, a month to claim or 2 weeks to claim, something like that. ApeCoin's all-time high stands 30. Nah, yeah, I don't know. It's actually closer to, you know, what it is now or what it hit last night. So how bad do you think the dump is going to be after, you know, Saturday, or because they've already announced the 305, the dump has started?
That's a tough one. I'm thinking more macro about ApeCoin these days. Like, is this going to be a top? Is it going to get into the top 10? And will it stay? Because I don't see how any other project could match this at this point.
Yeah,
like it's incredible.
Yeah, the ApeCoin being spent for this drop is going to be locked up for 1 year. That doesn't do. I mean, it doesn't do anything to the total value or you know the total diluted value of the project or of the coin. However, we've seen how low the volume is, or I'm sorry, the amount is on exchanges. So, I mean, if people do want to hodl their ape, or if it takes off like a Doge, yeah, I mean, ape could hit $100. You know, this is going to be locked up for a year. Do I think it's going to be, you know, heck of a dump a year from now? I don't know what they're going to do with the coin once it's unlocked, but I'm sure they're not just going to sell it and drop it on the market. So, stoked for the step-in code. I gave it out. I sent out a warning on the Twitter. So, I'm fortunate. Anyone jumping in late, I didn't want to do it too late. All right. Let's talk a little Binance blocks crypto accounts of relatives tied to the Russian government. Sorry, Nina. Binance locked the account of the Kremlin spokesman's daughter. She doesn't have family in the oligarchy anymore. No, I'm
wink, wink,
wink, wink. When she tried to use the exchange following the economic sanctions imposed upon Russia, it's adopting more measures to prevent the Russian government from mitigating the impact of sanctions through the use of crypto. They've shut down several accounts tied to relatives of senior Kremlin officials over the past 2 months. since they began their military action, Bloomberg reported. Proud to be a part of the team that makes a real difference. Binance's newly appointed global head of sanctions. What? 1984 is more and more real every day.
Right.
Shagri wrote in his LinkedIn page on Binance's latest measures, said the Binance blocked Peskova on March 3rd when she tried to use the exchange through a third-party brokerage. She was then sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury Department on the 11th as part of the sanctions against Kremlin's elites. She subsequently expressed outrage about the Western sanctions, stating that such actions were totally unfair and unfounded. I think it's a little bit of that, and maybe I'm sure there's uncles using their niece or nephew to launder money, but I'm sure there's also nieces and nephews that hate their uncle, that have nothing to do with Kremlin propaganda, that now they're caught up in this dragnet. And then, of course, all the normal citizens, being subjected to that as well, who don't even like their government. What's different is that our compliance screen operations are proactive, meaning it will remove blackheads and pimples, as well as aiming to detect and deter financial crime risk before any regulatory or legal action towards these individuals. On the 21st, they adopted these set of restrictions for Russian nationals or residents of Russia, limiting trading on accounts holding more than 10,800 or 10,000 euros. CZ previously said that Binance will comply with sanctions, but will not unilaterally freeze millions of innocent users' accounts. And good. I'm all for that. We're in crypto for freedom, banking the underbanked. We're not here to punish citizens who may disagree with their despotic government. Every citizen isn't Putin's crony. Every citizen isn't agreeing with Putin. And you can multiply that towards all the countries that might have a questionable leader. Speaking of which, did you happen to catch that clip of our president yesterday with the kleptocracy?
Oh my God.
That's all I got to say. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Just go on Twitter or Google kleptocracy, and it's from yesterday. So
that combined,
quite the clip.
Yeah, that combined with the new Ministry of Truth, the Department of Disinformation. Are you joking?
Yeah, that clip was it's worrisome. I'm not trying to say I don't lean any direction. I'm actually pretty center. I lean a little libertarian for sure, and slightly left on social issues. But I didn't even. It's just alarming, I guess is the right word.
It's one thing to not like a president, but to want that president to fail is foolish and dumb. Because when
no
president
one wants
fails,
that.
the country
some
fails.
People do. I certainly don't.
Yeah, I don't like Joe Biden, but I don't want him to fail because the cost of him failing is nuclear war or something terrible. Because when presidents fail, terrible things happen.
Besides, basement aside, how much of the crypto community do you think is actually idealistic and not just in it for the gains? Less than 10%. You have your Snowdens who's like, I'm doing all this free work for Zcash and I don't want anything. That's less than 1%. You can have that as a major driver, but if you're not, making money, you're not going to have most people's interest. I don't know what the number is. I would definitely say 90% or more are, they want the number to go up and to the right. Less than 10% don't care about the price at all and only care about freedom. And we need that. You only need a small percentage of people to want to make, your cell phone work, the traffic lights work. You want the dam to keep moving. If it doesn't take much to get a few smart people to enact a whole lot of change. And I don't know how to make a light bulb. You know what I mean? I couldn't make a C battery. I wouldn't know the first thing. A million me's in a million years wouldn't be able to recreate a pencil. And the old famous saying, there's not one person on the earth that can make a pencil from scratch. Nobody. And so, it's a community, just like a blockchain or a ledger.
Hey.
All right. Let's talk a little Ben's uncle here. Is that who? Is he talking? Is he at his uncle's house?
Bro.
Oh my God, I said too much. Wait a minute. Is that him in the background? All right. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong has said the exchange is implementing new procedures in a bid to crack down on insider trading and asset listing front running. We take that very serious at BitBoy. We don't do sponsored content anymore. And even when we did, there were very serious rules in place. You cannot, we couldn't front run a video and then, dump. You get fired for that. And they had a zero tolerance policy for that. So, yeah, it's good. And I don't think Brian is, you know, especially Brian. I don't think Brian in that top brass is sitting there like, ooh, we're going to list this, let's buy a bag and then dump it on the day. I don't think that at all. But when you have, you know, however many employees they have, you're going to have a few bad apples in the bunch. And I think it was just a case of bad apples with a lot of that insider trading.
Mm-hmm.
Now, OpenSea, that was a higher level guy that was dumping those NFTs. And you know what? They took care of that problem. So, you know, I think it's, don't let a bad apple spoil your, you know, your views on an entire company.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know, remember those bad Uber drivers? People were trying to say, oh, Uber's a scam. And you know what? No, it's just like those bad drivers. They should have, you know, checked everybody's background. You know, it wasn't really possible. But all right, let's talk about Ben's uncle here. Brian Armstrong has addressed recent accusations of insider trading and foul play surrounding the exchange's tokens listings. The exchange says it intends to continue listing any token as long as it's legal and safe to do so. He said the company is making charges to close any potential loops that could let insiders front run its assets listing, but won't revise its reviewing process. I'm sure their review process is, you know, the review process isn't the issue here. It's definitely the employees. I don't want to say scamming their customer base, but I mean, they're definitely profiting off their insider information, insider knowledge. And yeah, I mean, no one wants that. I still use Coinbase to this day. What is your fiat on ramp and off ramp?
Gemini mostly these days. But
Gemini.
Coinbase.
A lot of people use Gemini. I know Decker like Gemini. All right. So Coinbase listings often cause price spikes in the market once an asset goes live. Definitely was a lot harder a year and a half ago. In the past, sophisticated traders use on-chain data and differences in the platform's API responses to anticipate new asset listings. They would then front-run the listings by purchasing the coins elsewhere and then sell them immediately upon the Coinbase listing, banking on a price surge following the announcement. On-chain evidence of such examples have circulated on Twitter on many occasions. I'm sure people got zacked. I'm sure people got coffeed. While this is public data, it isn't data that all customers can easily access, so we strive to remove these information asymmetries, Armstrong said. Said that Coinbase would publish its decisions to list an asset after it makes them and before undertaking any technical integration to prevent any leakage of on-chain data that front-runners could leverage. Exchange will also start labeling riskier assets, implement ratings and community reviews for each listed asset, and invest more in screening assets and detecting potential front-running, potentially taking tokenomics and on-chain data into consideration before listing a coin. I'm not a big fan of the labeling riskier assets. I feel that could be a system that gets gamed, just like JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley. They have their analysts, oh, we moved Tesla's buy rating to this, and you know what? When it coincides with a pump, they're usually quietly accumulating their bags beforehand. When it coincides with a dump, they're dumping their bags. So I see that as a vector of, I wouldn't even say FUD. I would just say questionable, you know, motivations, I guess. I can see some questionable motivations. It's hard to, when you have a personal feeling about a coin, it might be hard to separate given new data. So Richard Hart, I like Richard Hart. Me and Nick have different views of Richard Hart. J Chains and Nick, they hate the guy. I like Richard. I think he's definitely.
Well, hang on. I don't hate Richard Hart.
Okay.
Richard Hart would be the most fun guy to party with in Vegas, hands down. And I would party with Richard Hart. Pretty fun. But is he good for crypto? No.
So yeah,
that's all I got. Nick out.
So it's okay to have different opinions. Now, me and Nick are going to have to arm wrestle after the show to settle our differences. But you know, we can have some feats of strength or something. All right. In addressing the widespread suspicions of insider trading by employees, he considered that there will always be a chance that someone inside the company could wittingly or unwittingly leak information to outsiders engaging in illegal activity. However, it stated it has a zero-tolerance policy for insider trading and will not hesitate to immediately fire anybody caught abiding and abetting any of those nefarious activities. So, yeah, I think they're taking a good stance. I like how the CEO is getting in front of the story, talking about it, and saying, hey, look, we're an open book. We're going to try to be transparent. So shout out to Ben's uncle. Good job, Brian. And he did a great job on the all-in as a guest. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. Very good.
Yeah. One thing, Brian Armstrong, I just want to, you know, kind of compliment him on is he wrested control away from his employees who tried to turn Coinbase into a a forum of social change when Coinbase's mission is to bank the unbanked. Their mission is to spread banking all over the world and make banking more fair.
Yep.
And if that's their only tenet, you come to work, you focus on that tenet. You don't focus on this fuzzy basket of things that's hard to define as kind of vague. So I'm glad that, you know, he's, I don't know, what's the word? Tightening the ship here, maybe.
He's being a leader.
Yeah.
Just straight up. Like people, he basically, his subordinates were trying to turn Coinbase into Twitter. And he said, no.
Yeah.
We're about crypto. If you're about crypto, come work. If you're about a cause, go do that cause outside of work. Period.
Yeah. Richard Hart. Yeah. Y'all got some strong thoughts on Richard Hart. Let me know, what do you think of his watch collection? All right. Goldman, let's talk, you know, speaking of Goldman Sachs, let's talk a little Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs offers first Bitcoin-backed loan as Wall Street embraces crypto. I feel like this is kind of one of those headline that seems boring, but is actually maybe a little bit more important than we're giving it credit here.
Mm-hmm.
Spokesman from Goldman told Bloomberg that the multinational investment bank had lent cash collateralized by Bitcoin owned by the borrower for the first time in their history. She added that the deal was particularly interesting because of its structure and 24-hour risk management. Last month, Goldman, which now sports its own in-house digital assets team, executed their first over-the-counter crypto transaction in collaboration with old Novogratz crypto investment firm Galaxy Digital. He kind of looks like Brian Armstrong. Are they? I've never seen them in the same place at the same time. On Wednesday, multi-trillion-dollar asset management firm BlackRock, BlackRock, boo. I want boos in the chat. Announced at the launch of blockchain-focused exchange ETF. Earlier this month, the firm also announced its involvement in a $400 million funding round in partnership with Circle, the principal operator of the USD stablecoin, not Circle K, your favorite gas station. No, Circle, the people behind USDC. While over-collateralized crypto-backed loans have been a staple in the world of DeFi, the loan is becoming an alternative method for institutions and governments. Looking forward here. So, yeah, now we have, you know what it is? They got to get a little piece of that DeFi pie, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people have been doing that long time. So it's good to see. That's where you'll see the degens. That's where you'll see those people, you know, like, oh, no, you got to bring it to this blockchain and bring it to Avalanche, and you switch it to this, and then you stake those liquidity pool tokens, and you put collateral on those tokens, and then you swap it to a different chain, and then now you're making 27% APY. Or you have the real DeFi degen. It's like, look at this coin. Its APY is 30,000. Let me put all my money into it. Hey,
Smart.
What happened to the price? BitBoy, please uphold that arm wrestling match. All right. I guess we got we're starting on the next hit. And make sure you are sub to our other channels. Let me just bring this up one more time. Oh, this channel doesn't have any channels. Ooh, we need to fix that. Yeah, we need to do the same thing here. All right. NFT Alpha. Hopefully you're sub to that. Check out some of these channels that, you know, that we're subscribed to. A lot of these people are, you know, guests on our show. We need to get Andrew Mo back. Oh, man, I miss Andrew Mo. Let's try to get him back. He always does like a little magic trick. But, yeah, you can check out our content on the Hit Network. We always putting out good stuff. Joyride for charity. We all gave a bunch of charity in the office. So we were doing that type of stuff for a long time. And then I think it was their... what is it? Not their marketing firm, but the people we use, we get a little public relations help, and they're like, no, start telling everybody. Ben, TJ, they're like, well, isn't that kind of just going to be seen? They're like, no, you've been doing it for like years at this point. Like, yeah, like tell people you're helping out, you know, families in need, you know, or, you know, all the good stuff, you know, so yeah, we do a lot behind the scenes. So now I guess they're just starting to share it a little bit more. All right, let's see. We're over at the Department of Labor. Cautions against crypto in 401k plans. Gee, Nick, why do you think they would do that? I don't know. Can't do that. No. All right, the DOLE, as I like to call them, the U.S. Department of Labor published a notice saying it will conduct an investigative program aimed at retirement plans offering crypto. The retirement managers exercise extreme care when considering crypto as a retirement investment, they said. And Department of Labor has seen an uptick in firms marketing crypto investments for 401k plans in recent months. I'm sure, you know, the people were saying, no, make them all buy Sears Roebuck stock. You know, I'm sure they're not liking this. The Department of
Yeah.
Labor is skeptical of crypto as a retirement investment due to its volatility, custodial, and record-keeping concerns, issues with reliable valuation, and the murky regulatory environment. Well, whose fault is it that it's murky? Given the narrative that crypto can produce outsized returns, the DOL cautions that it may cloud investors' judgment and attract inexpert investors, also known as the FOMOers. The DOL's notice reminds those managing those accounts that they're responsible with identifying the risk of possible investments. Yeah, just like you did with homing in 2007. As a result of the uptick in crypto retirement investment options, the Employee Benefit Security Administration will conduct an investigative program for plans that offer these investments. The EBSA will take appropriate action to protect the interests of plan participants and beneficiaries with respect to these investments. So, yeah, they're going to say, hey, man, you're giving them too much money. They keep getting 20%. They're supposed to only get 5%. What are you doing?
What are you trying to do? Grow the middle class?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, you make 20% a year, 20% a year. You lose 10%. You know, what are we down 10% year over year? You lose 12%, but then you're up 80 the next. So it's like, what are we even talking about here? You know, up 80%. So yeah, you'll gain 20, maybe lose 20. But then on that fourth year, you know, you're going to gain that parabolic run up if you know, aren't all in on, you know, the coin that you married here. Someone's allergic to the government. Hey, man.
Sorry.
Hey, there's a cabin in the woods for you. Don't be sending out any mail, though. All right? I'm serious.
All right, let's go on to the EU.
All right, let's go. I want to read the chat.
Dude, look, chat is insane right now. We've ruined it with our politics talk. It's done.
Yeah, that was, you know what?
Sorry to all the mods. We've ruined chat today.
Are we kleptomaniacs from stealing the topic here?
Yeah, we're gonna get demonetized.
Yeah. Dang that kleptocracy, you know. Don't look up kleptocracy video. Do not look up kleptocracy video. Do not look up kleptocracy.
Don't look up the City of Towers and Gates BitBoy special about the World Economic Forum. Whatever you do, don't learn about the World Economic Forum.
It was interesting hearing I listened to a little Joe Rogan yesterday, about 10-15 minutes of an episode, and he went in on Klaus Schwab's wardrobe. He said,
really?
If you were to dress like, you know, if you were to cast a Bond villain, this is what it looks like.
100%.
And yeah, it was like that weird leather, like, I don't know, it looked like some weird
it
looked like a bad sci-fi outfit.
Yeah.
But you know, hey, his guest said, you know what, if you're gonna be that rich, just lean into the villain role. Sure. I forget what he said. He's like, yeah, you know, do some weird stuff where you're like, you know, just do the craziest thing you can think of. Yeah, like do it. He said, this is the example he gave. If I was Klaus Schwab, I would have someone get a really, really good alien outfit, and then I would have a picture taken of me shaking hands with the gray, and then I would drop it all like on a German website. And I was like, that's actually like kind of funny.
That's brilliant.
That's actually brilliant. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about a little Europe here. Much of Europe is facing stagflation. This is where you see a lot of elk run into the high. No, this is a different thing. I'm thinking of the different stags. I'm thinking Baratheon stag. No, this is stagflation, where the inflation is happening while you have a stagnant economy. France is already there. The European economy slowed in the first 3 months of the year due to a combination of soaring inflation and fallout from the war in Ukraine. The first quarter data published today shows GDP grew by 0.2% across the 19 countries that use the euro over the previous quarter. That was weaker than the 0.3 growth recorded at the end of last year. The CPI rose to 7.5 in April, the highest since the union began keeping records 25 years ago. Rising costs for energy, food, driven by the turmoil in Ukraine and Western sanctions on Russia, were largely to blame. Not the money printing, of course. It's never the money printing. Germany, the region's biggest economy, reported GDP growth of 0.2% on pace with the rest. This was an improvement on the contraction seen in their last quarter, but the pace of activity likely slowed towards the end of January-March period following Russia's invasion. German government on Wednesday downgraded its growth forecast to only 2.2 and has warned of a recession if Russian gas supply is cut off.
Which it just was.
Oh, that's not good. Huge industrial base already under enormous pressure from sky-high energy prices and global supply disruptions made worse by the war and sanctions. Manufacturing output also contracted, following to its lowest level since June of 2020 at the height of the lockdown. Germany, and indeed much of the continent, is now facing stagflation, the nightmare combination of high inflation and weak economic growth. France, already there. They are the second biggest economy, and they stalled in the first quarter with GDP flatlining and inflation hitting a new record high. Customers responded by closing their wallets. Household spending fell 1.3 in the 3-month period. Italy, even worse. Its economy shrank by 0.2% on the first quarter. Your pizza only now has 7 slices instead of 8.
Oh.
It may. I know. Hey, I'm a quarter Italian. Hey, Nick Squared, the Italian bros.
We're both pasta backs up here, and we can say that.
It's a me. All right. Worsening Chinese lockdowns. I could do that accent, right? I can't do other ones though. Worsening Chinese lockdowns and cautious consumer spending in reaction to high energy and food prices could easily cause a temporary contraction in Eurozone GDP in Q2. We said it yesterday. A recession is defined by 2 quarters of negative growth. Do you know if 0.0 counts, or has it got to be -0.1? I don't know, but you have 2
0.
quarters of it.
Yeah, I think there has to be no growth.
Okay, so 0.0 counts. Yeah, because France's was flat.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean,
does that mean France is technically in a recession now?
Probably.
Because I don't know if they listed their Q4 2021.
Yeah.
If the second largest economy in Europe is just now, shows a recession, that's not exactly great. So, hopefully, I'm not saying go out and spend money that you don't have, but let's hope things get under control here. All right, 1217. Yeah, we got the ETH 2.0. We'll run through these kind of quickly. I want to talk about some free Bitcoin that you can earn. ETH 2.0 deposit contract now holds 10% of the circulating supply. God, that's going to be such a dump. The deposit, and I'm talking about everything will be unlocked depending on where you're staking it. But like Coinbase, everyone's going to get it unlocked on the same day. It's going to be dumping pretty hard, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Deposit contract for staking on the Beacon chain reached a balance of 12 million ETH on Friday today. Total value locked is now about 34.5 billion. The deposit contract was just launched in November of 2020. Currently holds around 10% of the supply of ETH. You must invest a minimum of 32 ETH to become a validator in ETH 2. Thus, the largest Beacon chain contract, valued at 34.5 billion, highlights the enormous demand and trust in the future of ETH 2, despite several delays over the past year. The biggest upgrade since inception has faced numerous challenges and continuous delays along the way. So I'm still bullish on it happening eventually. The merger of the Beacon chain into the mainnet would complete the transition to 2.0. The upcoming merger is expected to put ETH network on par with centralized payment processors, increasing its payment processing speed by several magnitudes with the help of sharding. Not when you let one slip and it was moist. No, sharding with a D. All right, hey, it's ready for some Ripple news.
Everyone.
Including you?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any?
The Flare network is actually doing a lot of development, so that's really good.
Okay, nice non-answer for an answer there. I have a little bit. I'm not going, crazy into it, but I might have to market buy some because I'm gonna get into the NFTs. Once this, I'm trying to get in before the upgrades, and maybe I can ride that pump. Buy the rumor, sell the news type of situation. All right. Ripple website design goes through extreme makeover and featuring a liquidity hub. Ooh, okay, a little liquidity hub. The fintech giant has rolled out major upgrades of its corporate website, improving the design, shifting focus from some of the spheres it focused on previously. This was shared by several of its fans, including Leonidas, not going to try, who often follows news related to Ripple and XRP and shares them on the Twitter page. He's referred to it as an extreme makeover, pointed out a few of the changes. Now focuses on the creation of a CBDC on the basis of a carbon neutral ledger, offering a detailed description of onboarding the ledger and issuing the CBDCs. Also touching on the customer section of the website. While previously it offered only general information about the amount of client enterprises, over 300, now they're focused on case studies by particular companies featuring their technology. So, all right, got a website being upgraded. Look, the upgrades are going to start rolling out with XRP, and if this court case goes how we expect it to go, it should be pretty positive. But everything's going to be tied to Bitcoin. You know, if Bitcoin does its dump to 36, then 33, maybe 29. Some people saying 26. I don't think it can go below the previous July lows. Maybe I'm just the perma bull, you know, I don't know. But I really feel like the buying pressure in the 20s is going to be immense. I'm definitely not one of these people who think we're going to see 11,000 corn, 13,000, 16,000. I think the 2017 would be like my worst case scenario. 2017 highs would be my worst case scenario. So yeah. XRP, you know, it could have all these positive things happening, but if Bitcoin is just being dragged down, don't expect, you know, a $5 XRP is all I'm saying. If everything goes positive and Bitcoin goes up and we have the altcoin rally, because Bitcoin went up in November, we did not get an altcoin rally. So we need that altcoin rally for it to happen. If we get all these things, you know, just like a Thanos snap, everything lines up perfectly. I'm expecting a really good price action. I don't know where we're at right now. Let's kind of want to look. Let's see. Where is XRP?
Bad.
Was it like
62 cents?
What is it?
62 cents. This is a time. This is a time to scoop.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is looking like a buy to me.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a 1-year chart, and like you can kind of see a little line of support, like this low, touching this low, and now touching this low, a slight, you know, up and to the right, very, very slight. But yeah, I don't know, that does look like a buy to me. I'm not saying go out and buy a bunch of XRP.
This would be a great way to lower your average buy.
Yeah, I think I bought low like 90 before it went to 115 or 121. I didn't sell any, and then I just wrote it down like a dum-dum. And so yeah, like Nick said, sometimes that happens, and that's okay. You can get in lower your average buy-in rate, and that's how you kind of offset some of your more poor decisions. All right, let's talk a little vet. No, not for your animal. We're talking VeChain. The old, remember when that thing was cool? Can be used as payment in 2M stores and VeChain bridge to BNB chain. Series of announcements that look to substantially grow usability and adoption of its native VET token. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite VeChain NFT? Maybe I'll have to, you know, maybe jump in on it.
Friends. Right?
That's funny. Okay. All right. No, it's Pluto V2.
Oh.
Right. Supply chain blockchain project VeChain announces new partnership with Alchemy Pay that will allow people to use its VET token as payment in over 2 million stores throughout 70 different countries. News came alongside its inclusion as supported token on the recently launched Binance Bridge 2.0. It's included as the first group of tokens to be supported on the new Binance Bridge, providing a new way to bridge tokens from Ethereum to be used on the BNB chain, formerly known as the BSC. Other bridge tokens include Sand, Ape, Jasmine, Mana, People. Why do they have Constitution DAO? They must have signed that at the peak, and now they're like, oh, crap. We got to follow through with that. Okay. Movie Block and Looks Rare. Probably similar situation with Looks. And if that wasn't enough, and I think Looks Rare reached 25% of OpenSea's volume yesterday. I think they filtered out the scam. I don't know. But if that wasn't enough, VeChain also announced on Thursday it had joined the Blockchain Infrastructure Alliance. Organization links together industry experts and provides funding for blockchain-related research projects. Of course, it's the old school supply chain tracking system launched in 2015, and it combines physical tracking with blockchain record keeping. Recent announcements did little to move the price, with the token posting a temporary gain of 4% before falling back to pre-announcement prices and trading sideways. It is trading for a nickel, and it used to trade for a quarter. Will those nickels turn back into quarters? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But I know VeChain has a strong base because those people were buying a long time ago, and a lot of them didn't sell at a quarter.
Nope.
Then they didn't sell at 20. Then they didn't sell at a dime. And then they're like, uh-oh, I'm stuck with a bag full of nickels. I should have jumped out at dimes. I should have really jumped out at quarters. So yeah, maybe buy more nickels if you're buying dimes and quarters, by the way.
It's a heavy bag.
All right, I think we covered this real quick 2 days ago, but I want to give a shout out. Which is doing a pretty cool thing. This isn't sponsored. BJ loves Which. He keeps saying how much better it is than all the other sandwich places. Hungry for some crypto? Which to launch a crypto box meal available only today. It's only available today, and I think they're limiting it to 100 per chain. But the crypto meal box, you get a sandwich, bag of chips, cookie, drink, and you get Which branded crypto coin that is worth 10 on the 29th, but fluctuates up to 2 years based on Bitcoin to US conversion rates? I don't know. Redeeming the value for which food. I thought they were giving out Bitcoin. I guess you could trade it for Bitcoin.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so the coin's redeemable for food and drink at which or a check paid by mail, which is probably a legal issue. It's a Dallas sandwich chain founded by Jeff Sinelli, not Spicoli, Sinelli. All right, so yeah, it looks like they're giving out all right, so you do a meal box for 15 and you get $10 worth of crypto. I thought it was Bitcoin though. I guess not. I don't know. I'll have to ask BJ. But yeah, you get some free crypto if you go to which. So
it's a good way to onboard your grandparents. Say, hey.
I think it's the more places that do stuff like that, the more it's going to be for crypto adoption. It's one of those things with branding and advertising. You might need to see something 20 times before you finally pull that trigger. Yeah. There's like an old sales rule where it's like 7 points of contact before you close the deal or whatever. Unless it's me, I'm a closer. I just need one. I used to cold knock doors for a living.
So you get coffee.
Me and Brandon B. All right, let's do a couple questions here. You want to read it?
Yeah. So from Grant Gustafson, are nodes going to survive the bear market? And what nodes do you think will come out ahead?
What nodes? I mean, I don't want to try to predict what coins will outperform other coins. I think nodes, it's going to be one of those things where you're earning less fiat, but more crypto. And so if you have a long timeline, it's going to be good for you. If you're looking at, I cash out on the 30th of every month to, pay off my electricity or pay off this, pay off that. Yeah, maybe it's not going to be as great, but if you can spend the bear market accumulating instead of dumping your tokens or dumping your rewards, I think it's a sound strategy. So it's going to be better for the people who already have money. It's going to be worse for the people who can barely afford the node.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. If you think that you're going to be making money, like mad gains during the bear market with a node, you're wrong. Wrong mindset.
But yeah, I mean, hodl mindset. Switch to a hodl mindset. All right, exactly. I see a little Cardano NFT question. What do we got here?
Sorry, I forgot who asked this question, but been trying to sell my ADA NFTs, trading my way up. Nami wallet is connected, but CNFT.io is telling me no collateral.
Real easy. You might need to refresh, close the browser, open your Nami wallet, and there is a button that says collateral. You got to do it through the Nami wallet web extension. So you got to do it through the Chrome extension. And it's 5 Cardano to do it. So not too much.
There's one in the basement there. Would NFT Alpha cover, do we want to say that? BitBrawl update on Star Atlas?
The update on Star Atlas, we're actually looking at it today. So maybe we can put out some content on our next Pluto Alliance YouTube video. But I don't know. But Taco and Justin Williams, we're actually looking into all that. So, maybe expect a little update on the Pluto Alliance with that.
Okay. This one's good. What does the NFT trading market look like in 5 to 10 years?
Well, I think it's what Gary Vee said, where it's like 90 some odd percent are going to go close to zero. So you're trying to find that 1%, 2%, 5%. Oh, it's really like 1 or 2%. So you're just trying to find that 1 or 2%. Giancarlo Buys Tokens brought up a good point. There's basically, and the number is not exact, but there's basically 2 classes of NFTs. His number, and it's pretty accurate, below 2 ETH, above 2 ETH. I think the ones below 2 ETH have a much, much higher chance of failing. I think the ones above 2 ETH have a much better chance of succeeding. But who knows what's going to happen to the fiat value if ETH dumps. But maybe ETH, maybe this is the low for ETH. Maybe we touch 26 and then it's a straight shot to 5K. I don't know.
Yep.
So I think it's 10 years from now, what are NFTs going to look like? I bet about the whole globe's going to be priced out of a Bored Ape. I would say that.
Yeah.
I think a Bored Ape will be worth a yacht. So I think the good ones are going to be great. The bad ones are going to be worse than nothing. You'll be mad at your gas fee, and you'll be like, I paid $37 at the time, and now that's worth $200.
Yep.
And now multiply that by 18 NFTs, and you're like, ah. So I think that's what's going to happen. All right.
I think that's it.
We looking good here? All right.
It's 12:30.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is all we got time for. It looks like we hit the mark exactly on an hour. That's such a Cardano fanboy thing to do. But Ben, be back Monday. I'll be hosting. So you see me in about 4.5 hours. Make sure you're tuning in for Around the Blockchain. We're going to have some great guests. I think it's going to be the best panel we've ever had in the history of the show. So I'm going to say, but till next time, easy out.